Deliberate charm in video games, and any fiction really, is a delicate thing. It's a lot like open mic comedy. If the audience knows they're being challenged to laugh, they will naturally resist. Only the greats can break through that resistance and create euphoria anyway. Hollow Knight's characters are so legitimately charming that they broke through my resistance constantly. Your relationships with these characters are built on conversations, yes, but are deepened by many small gameplay interactions. And you can have some pretty surprising interactions with them. I'm convinced that Team Cherry's favorite trick is subversion. Nearly every character arc and gameplay element is subverted or reinvented in some way throughout the game. Take the simple grub, for example. After rescuing a dozen of them, your expectations of these encounters become completely solidified. And then... now saving grubs is tense and it feels fresh again. I don't want to spoil anything else, so suffice it to say that there are many examples of this multi-level subversion throughout. This trick of repeated reinvention allows the gameplay and story great depth without clutter. Why introduce a new character, power, or location when the ones you already know and love can still surprise you? This combination of simplicity and depth permeates Team Cherry's entire approach. From afar, I assumed Hollow Knight would play almost identically to FromSoft games, just reimagined in 2D. Now, FromSoft and I have sort of a rocky relationship. While I find their worlds very intriguing, their RPG systems are more complex and the consequences of death more punitive than I prefer. And this association kept me away from Hollow Knight for years, despite the fact that I've owned it for years, and no one will shut up about how good it is. Mercifully, Hollow Knight's combat is actually pretty straightforward and forgiving. The Knight's moveset is small, with a few embellishments that you can choose to use, or ignore if you prefer to keep things simple, like me. The dual use of Soul as the mana pool for healing and for casting spells, again, deepens your choices without adding more clutter. And consequences for death are minimal. Your lost money is never locked inside a boss room, so you're never compelled to grind a boss that you're not enjoying just to get your stuff back. While I'm on FromSoft, let's talk difficulty. Where a Dark Souls boss might take me 10 to 100 tries to beat, the average Hollow Knight boss took me only 2 to 20. 2 to 20 attempts is enough to deliver a feeling of sincere challenge, but not too much to cross into frustrating monotony. And some very difficult combats are available, but not required if you want a more serious challenge. Much like Dark Souls, Hollow Knight thrives on its thrilling boss cycle. Encounter a new boss, immediately die, try again, start to see their pattern, die again, but feel tangible progress, experiment with your charm loadout, settle into the groove and make more tangible progress, and beat the boss in one final deadly tango. A knock-on effect of Hollow Knight's intermediate difficulty is that a modest 30-minute play session could garner me legitimate progress. Sure, some days I would play for 4 hours straight, but many nights I get home from work, make dinner, take a walk with my partner, and have about an hour left to myself before bedtime. FromSoft games have always felt kind of ill-fitted to that lifestyle. I don't personally fancy one boss fight spanning 3 or 4 play sessions. In this way, Hollow Knight's difficulty gives the best of both worlds. It's easy enough to nurture momentum, but not so easy as to deprive you of that golden feeling of struggle and mastery. So I guess you could say that Hollow Knight's difficulty threads the needle. At this time last year, I'd never played a Metroidvania. In the intervening time, I've had the impossible luck of batting 3-0, with Rain World, Animal Well, and now, of course, Hollow Knight. All of these games are brimming with uncompromised passion and skill. All three of them gradually, repeatedly, expand their possibility spaces in a thrilling unfurling. That feeling is a drug. Thanks for turning me onto the genre, H. I still secretly hope that someday you can lose yourself in Animal Well like I did. But no pressure. Anyhow, in the end it seems you were right, so thanks, man. What a mysterious, charming, and rewarding experience. God damn.